What's up, guys? D-Rock1992 here. For this next video and for my next movie review, I'm going to be talking about a movie from last year that I managed to see, that I finally got around to seeing. It was high on my list of anticipated movies to see. I saw it about a few weeks ago or so. It is directed by the same guy who directed the 2013 movie Prisoners, which I loved. I really enjoyed that movie a lot. But this movie that I'm talking about in this video is Sicario. So the guy who directed this movie, who also directed Prisoners, is a man named Denis Villeneuve. And the Prisoners movie was great. I mean, I was expecting, I saw it in theaters a few years ago in 2013, so I expected okay results and all that. I didn't imagine that I'd love it the way I did. I mean, it was just it was thrilling, it was atmospheric, it was just a great movie. I mean, it really was. So for this one, this is Villeneuve's pretty much his second big American movie, because he had done a lot of Canadian films back in his day as well, a lot of Canadian films that I imagine a lot of the general public have never heard of. But they heard of Prisoners, and Prisoners made a lot of money. So what was to become of Sicario? So Sicario stars three big stars who have name recognition for sure. Major star is Emily Blunt, who has been in a ton of movies. Into the Woods, Into the Woods, The 5-Year Engagement, I think she was in a few years ago. But the one that I really remember her for was Edge of Tomorrow. Her and Tom Cruise, it came out a couple years ago. And that was a very good movie. Benicio Del Toro is the next star. Del Toro I know him mostly for the 2000 movie Traffic, which was very good. And I really enjoyed that movie. And then, fun fact, his second movie, I believe, in his career, first or second movie, was the Bond film License to Kill. So he got his start with the James Bond series. So, and then Josh Brolin, a guy who's pretty well known. I believe his first movie was The Goonies, if I'm not mistaken. There is a movie I do remember him for. There are a couple of them, Gangster Squad and Jonah Hex. Movies I enjoyed, despite them having negative critical reception. So, those three headline the film, and this movie is about an FBI agent played by Blunt who volunteers to go on this government task force, and she is assigned to help bring down the leader of a powerful and brutal Mexican drug cartel. So this movie's about basically the dangers of the Mexican drug trade and the dangers that the Mexican drug trade can bring into America as well. This is an intense, very good look at that. And that's essentially the plot of the film. So really, the star of this film, as I was watching the movie, I thought that Josh Brolin was the star of this film. I mean, I really enjoyed his character. He was very sarcastic, very take charge quite attitude, and he seemed like he was having fun in a way. I mean, I know it's not the funnest thing to bring down a Mexican cartel and have your life in danger when doing it, but his character just seemed he was having fun in a way with it. It was kind of like a cool secret agent mission for him. So when I was watching the movie, I enjoyed Brolin's performance, but the one who quickly stole the show was Benicio Del Toro. At first, I thought his character was okay, he was pretty, we knew a little bit about his character, a guy with a shady background and all that sort of thing, but as the movie evolves, he really shows his colors, he really shows his true colors, and the mission revolves around him, basically. So, he serves a great purpose in this movie for sure, and he is, and I'll go as far as to say he was the best character in the film. Now we get to Emily Blunt, which her performance in Sicario was not nearly as good as it was in Edge of Tomorrow. I thought she was okay in this film. She showed up. She gave the pretty okay performance and all that. I didn't love her character, but I mean, maybe there was something I was missing, because Emily Blunt really, all three of those characters gave acclaimed performances. Josh Brolin and Benicio Del Toro and Josh Brolin are my favorites, and then you get to Emily Blunt. But Emily Blunt was no slouch in this film. She wasn't mailing it in. She delivered an okay performance. I would say okay, solid performance. So there's that. As far as the film goes, I liked it. I will admit, however, that I did have high expectations for this movie, pretty high expectations, and while they didn't quite meet those expectations, I still found myself enjoying the film okay. The director, Villeneuve, really put forth tension. He put forth the aura, the tension, just darkness. He brought that forward in the movie Prisoners. In Sicario, he does the same thing. This movie's very atmospheric. It's very tense, probably even more tense. Well, about as tense as Prisoners was. So, I mean, overall, though, I wish, one of my gripes about this film is that I wish that this film provided more action. I wanted to see more action in this movie, but I guess I can kind of understand this type of movie. The movie brings a lot of tension, brings a lot of tension-filled moments, anxiety moments, you're on the edge of your seat and all that, so it's not really an action film in the sense, but it's kind of more so a thriller film, a crime thriller film. But for my personal tastes, I wish there was more action in this movie. And I think Sicario was somewhat geared as an action movie, but just not enough action for me, I don't think. And that's pretty much why this movie's getting a okay review and all that. As for the review, my review of this movie is a 3 out of 5. So, it's a good, solid film. Nothing spectacular. It's one of those films that, normally 3s for me are good, solid movies, but they're not spectacular movies. They're not like, oh my god, that movie was amazing. This movie, was a good watch, and will I watch it again? Probably. If I catch it on cable or something like that, I will probably watch it again. Or if I decide to watch it on online, I will probably do that too, So, overall, a good, solid movie. Not spectacular, but look out for the performance of Del Toro as you progress through the film. Brolin is good himself, and Emily Blunt provides a solid performance. So, and it provides a lot of dramatic, edge of your seat moments, tense moments and all that. So it does its job as a thriller. Just not enough action for my personal tastes. So yeah, a 3 out of 5 stars is what I would give this movie. And that is it for my review on Sicario. D-Rock 1992 out.